This thing looks amazing. Oh yeah, we're definitely in trouble. I'm in first gear right now and we're not moving. Drive, third gear, second gear, first, nothing is pulling. Oh, there we go, there's some pull on first. Whew. We are currently on our way to pick up a Dodge M37 military truck in my $3,000 Silverado with 336,000 miles on it. And 4 hours into this trip, my transmission just started slipping really badly. We're in first gear manual and it's pulling fine now. If I stop, it's like the transmission loses prime from the, I guess the pump. Oh shoot. Transmission wants to give up right now, but we're gonna keep her trucking. We're gonna try to make it to a gas station. We're gonna park right here. And we're gonna fill this thing up of with additive. We're gonna check our transmission fluid. And it smells really, really burnt. Get about 3 of these, at least. I've got the goods. Oh, we're gonna put quite a bit in there. See what that does for it. Okay, put some of this crap in there. I'm just trying to make it to Ohio and back, guys. Desperate man here. I hope this fixes it. I really, really do. Forward. Okay. Feels like it's gonna start pulling again. So we're in drive right now, and it's not pulling at all. Let's try to drive across the street. Okay, we're in first and nothing's happening. Oh my gosh, this is bad. I'm gonna have to call it tow truck. RPM, second gear, nothing's happening. We're in trouble. I'm sure 4-wheel drive low is probably not gonna help me, but we're gonna try that out. I smell burning. But you're not shifting the 4-wheel low. 4 high, there we go. That's not helping. 4-wheel low. Come on, baby, limp. Transmission's gone. I'm gonna try to get it into a parking lot at least. 4,000 RPM, I'm just hopping it. Go, girl, go. Go. She's done. Oh, she's done. The Silverado is no more. The transmission finally just completely hit the hay. We barely made it into this parking lot. 2 hours away from the military truck, 4 hours away from home. I'm gonna arrange a tow truck to come get this truck. And then I'm gonna have my dad come and get me and the trailer, and hopefully we can continue this journey. 336K on this old beast. It was only a matter of time. My dad is 2 hours away from me right now, so I'm just gonna wait for him. See a little rocking chair I'm about to hit up. This thing is, oh crap. be here any minute now. Help is here. Guys, this thing looks amazing. This is a 1952 M37, basically a Dodge Power Wagon for the military. It has been sitting here for about 15 years, believe it or not. The guy who owns this parked it here after driving it through a parade. He said the engine started making a bunch of racket. We will look into that later. Other than that, this thing is solid. Just look at it. My goodness. It has this rare winch. Not many of these had that. And on top of that, it also has a fording kit. So this is made to be able to, you know, drive under some water. Probably most of you don't know, I've been around military vehicles my entire life. And this is in my blood. This is my first ever military vehicle. And for it to be such a good example, I'm really excited about this one. Man.
This is World War II.
Yeah, it's a World War II truck. Wow. That is awesome. This is like that 6x6 that's sitting, you know what I'm talking about? That abandoned property with all the backhoes on it. And I sent you a bunch of pictures of there's a 6x6 laying down there, but it's in bad shape. Dang, that is awesome. He ain't getting rid of this one?
Not yet.
Man.
I'll keep your number.
Yeah, please do. Golly.
This runs and drops. He had this in parade just a couple weeks ago.
And here's a mule just hanging out. Man. See, we gotta have that room to steer.
Oh, I see. I don't know if it'll. Yeah, I'll pull that.
Hey.
Yeah.
You ready? All the steering we can get. Uh-oh. You're turning the wrong way.
Feels like it's putting too much pressure up there.
Yeah, you need to turn it. It's dragging the whole truck.
The wheels ain't moving. Was it in gear?
How about that brake? I'm probably gonna have to do something different. It's dragging the truck. That's really a lot of it's bad. I think once it gets rolling, it will. Alright, see if you can hold it. Hold it as best you can. See? What I tell you. Something's still holding it.
That feels roll the front one's on.
The hubs might be locked up.
That feels definitely rolling a little bit.
You got the clutch in?
Yep. Roll away. Get that tractor and drag it out the concrete.
Yeah. We might. Alright, bring your wheels. Not the back. Just drag it.
Every time the wheels roll, it's going to be hard to steer to get it lined up to the trim.
Well, the wheel's going the wrong way again. Golly.
Yeah, you're bringing everything back to you.
Goodness.
What the heck of a winch? Just to drag that far.
Right.
You were just dragging it. Ain't nothing more.
Yeah. I don't think it will. It's ready for 12,000 pounds. These wheels are not turning at all. We're dragging the truck and trailer backwards. Golly. I gave it a little yank with the truck and I think we broke the wheels free. So we're gonna try this again. Okay, never mind. My dad's pulled the tractor out, so I guess we'll try to drag it out of here with that tractor.
You're really close over here. Make sure you don't.
Yeah. I'll probably back it up a little.
Yeah, get it straightened up a little bit. And we're definitely not.
Okay. That should be fine. Let off. Clearly the rear wheel is not spinning at all. God, look at how beautiful this thing is. I love it. But worst case scenario, we're just gonna winch it up as far as we can, get that tractor, pick up on the rear of it while we're winching, and then that won't be a problem at all.
While you're watching?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Get up under it. Keep going right. You're good. You're looking good though. Keep going right. Good. 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 Easy. Uh-oh. We're off the ramp there. Looking good. Hey, you're good. Back up. I'm just gonna get it level now.
There we go. Now it's done. Push up here.
All loaded up. Ready to go. Hopefully our trailer brakes don't give us any problems like they have been. I'm in love. The truck is here and I could not be more happy with it. We have a lot to unpack with this thing. This is a 1952 Dodge M37 Power Wagon and it has my name on it. This truck mainly served in the Korean War and then into the Vietnam War. This is a 3/4 ton truck. It weighs right at 6,000 pounds. We're about 99% certain that this is the original paint from the US Army in 1952. And as you can tell, it's quite faded, but if you open up the door, you can see the original color here was this darker olive drab green. If you look, you can't tell that it's been repainted. There's not like a line here or anything like that. So it was either restored a little while ago really well, or this is the original paint, and I'm leaning more towards the original paint side. This truck is cool because not all of them came with winches. Most of them didn't come with fording kits, and also a lot of them didn't come with this canvas top here. On top of all of that, we believe this is the original paint, which makes this truck pretty rare. Most of the times when you see them, they've been repurposed, repainted, or the original paint is just trashed. The interior of this truck is in insanely good condition. No rips or tears whatsoever. They may not be original, but they're still in really good shape. We have this sliding window in the back here. I thought that was pretty interesting. Climbing in, you got your clutch, your brake, which feels like there are no brakes on this thing. Gas, probably high beams. And then your starter is actually kind of hidden up here. So you push that in, and then that's how you crank it over. Of course, you have to flip your ignition switch in order to do that. Not sure what this does yet. I will figure that out eventually. I'm not exactly sure what this does. It could be the winch control, but I'm not for sure. This right here is your transfer case. That's four-wheel drive high, that's four-wheel drive low, and then this is your emergency brake. So obviously that's your transmission. It's got 4 gears plus reverse. This is actually a gun rack to hold a gun. Someone added this funky heat switch here. The heater does look original though. Here's all the data plates. He told me it was a 52, that says 54, so I told you guys wrong. It's actually a 54. I swear he told me 52, I could be wrong though. These two levers here are for fording. This says pull out before fording. Windows roll down pretty nicely actually. This whole windshield can fold down. That's actually what those little knobbies there are for. And they also do this. You can kind of pop them out. They go up higher, but they need a little WD-40. What does this do? Oh. So that is an old-fashioned air conditioning unit. Air ram, if you will. You also have toolkits on the sides here. That needs some WD-40 for sure. Penetrating oil, actually. Some straps, some nuts. Oh wow, there's a whole nest in there. Ooh, we have a new radiator cap. We got some all thread bolts soaked in oil. Got a little gasket here for something. Fuel pump warranty claim. I wonder if he put a new fuel pump in here and it came with some kind of warranty. Got a couple straps, a fuel filter that's not covered up at all. If this thing has any gas in it or not. Smells like gas. It doesn't smell too awfully stale either. I think you can take these out. You can on my dad's Jeep. Yeah, it doesn't smell too bad. There's a lot of rat turds in here though. Got them out. Saw some tools from the other side. Big old socket. Big old socket. And this would be the bar you shove in that socket. This is probably like a socket set or something. Yeah, it's a little Harbor Freight toolkit. Motor oil. She may have had a drinking problem. Looking at the engine, this thing looks to be very well taken care of. Because this thing was made to go underwater, everything has been waterproofed, including the spark plugs. This is probably your oil fill. Yeah. Let's see if she has any oil. It's a long dipstick. It does have oil in it. We've got a big old radiator here that doesn't have anything in it. Doesn't really smell burnt. Rumor has it somebody was driving this in a parade about 15 years ago and the engine started making a noise and it's been parked ever since. Well, that's off. Somebody's been in the air filter over here. Wonder what they were looking for. This is an oil bath air filter. Air cleaner, as they call it. Keeps your air cleaner. One thing I'm noticing about this engine is that they've got oil sitting around the spark plugs. Only reason I can think of why that would be there is they put oil there because they knew they were gonna let it sit for a while and that helps prevent water from seeping in those spark plugs. That is one of the main things that locks up these old flatheads, including all the Jeeps. Rainwater would hit the hood, fall off into here. This one's actually got a channel to prevent that though. A lot of the military Jeeps didn't have that, and the water would run off onto the head, seep off into the cylinders, and lock them up from rust. He said this one was locked up. I haven't tested that yet. Let's just see if I can. I got something to move. Oh no, the engine's free. Yes sir, boy. I'm gonna go ahead and get the gas drained out on this thing so I can fill it up with fresh gas tomorrow. After that, we're gonna clean this thing up and get this thing ready for its first start. Have we all hush? Hey, who's got an attitude? Which one of y'all's got an attitude, huh? Which one is it? 4 girls and 1 dude. He's the only one not complaining. It's not too bad. It's definitely not as flammable as it used to be. These trucks kind of lean down so that you can put a big payload in them and then it'll level them out. I'm gonna pick up the front end with a skid steer so that all the gas runs to the back, because that's where the drain plug is. I'm doing that because I think this thing's probably gonna be pretty sensitive to what fuel I'm running in it. My dad's military Jeeps can be pretty sensitive, so I'm just going off what I already know. She draining now, boy. These things are pretty stuck. Golly. Looks like we're all done draining fuel. Tomorrow we'll throw some fresh fuel in there. That was almost 5 gallons. Cleaned up pretty well. All of the growth from sitting for so long is off. We're left with this really faded old military paint, which I think looks really good. We've got fresh gas in it. Now we need to change out the batteries, get our 24 volts running again, and see if we can turn this thing over from the switch. Got a hammer. The hammer's got a big old chunk out of it. Old man back pad. And here's our battery box. The lid is off. Most of these are disconnected. We've also got a ton of nuts in here from, I guess, probably squirrels. sure I hook this up right. Pretty sure this is a positive. So this will go here. Great, stuck on something. Okay. I just got shocked. Oh, our fan just turned on. I'm gonna try to bump the starter and just see if this thing will turn at all. That board might be rotted there. Yeah, that board needs replaced. That might be off, actually. Oh no, the gauges are on. Yep. Gauges just turned on. I think she's ready to rock. Clutch. Wow. It actually does not sound bad. That sounds really consistent. Will it fire the way I got it? Choke? Probably not. It's not wanting to hit. A little starting fluid never hurt anything. Luckily, the engine sounds healthy as of right now. I'm not hearing any kind of obvious rod knock or piston slap. We've got even compression across all cylinders. Oh, baby. She runs, boy. I didn't know I had it in gear. I accidentally popped the clutch out. I think I hear a little bit of a thud. Leave the radiator cap off so that the air bubbles can work their way out. Definitely got a little knocking noise coming from somewhere. Hesitating a little bit. This thing runs really good other than that knock. I'm leaning towards a rod knock. I'm gonna turn the idle down a little bit. Oh, just killed it. No, it's still running. Listen how quiet that is. That thing's barely going. The knock is a lot less noticeable now, but this might be the ideal way to diagnose it. This thing's running at like 10 RPM. This thing's running really, really good though. Just this dang rod knock. I'm gonna go get me a hearing piece. Actually, my wife might have one. She's a nurse. Like we also may have an oil leak coming from somewhere. Looks like the oil pan gasket. This thing probably needs to be rebuilt. Now you can run thicker oil in there. You can change out the rod bearing, but long term that's not gonna fix the issue. Yeah. I'm gonna do some option weighing. I'm gonna look at engines, and I'm also gonna look for rebuild kits and see what the best option is gonna be. It's not getting hot. It's running dang good other than that rod knock. I'm serious. Other than that knock, this thing runs so dang good. If it wasn't for that rod knock, you probably couldn't hardly hear it run. I'm gonna do some research, and you will be seeing this truck in the future. If I don't do it for you guys, I'm doing it for the original owner of this thing, which is apparently he's getting really old. I think the doctors gave him 6 months to live. He's got something wrong with his lungs. He was a Vietnam veteran, and he drove this and some of his other military vehicles in parades. I'm doing it for him. To the original owner, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, thank you so much for preserving this thing, and thank you so much for selling it to me. I am so happy with this vehicle. This is by far my favorite thing I've ever brought home, and I've brought home quite a lot of cars. I'm glad it's got a rod knock though, because if it didn't have a rod knock, he probably wouldn't have sold it. So I'm very thankful that this thing has a rod knock. So the next day, I've done a little bit of research. I found a company that sells all the rebuild parts for this engine. On a side note, I was re-watching the video from yesterday, and it's insane how obvious that knock is on camera. In person, you cannot hear that knock as loud as you can on camera. There's two options, okay? Easy way and the hard way. The easy route is pulling the oil pan off, pull the rod bearings, kind of assess how badly. What are you doing? Come here, you want to be in the video. Come here. Assessing how badly the journals have been worn. And if the journals aren't that bad, I could just throw in another set of bearings and be done with it. Second option, pull the engine, full on rebuild. That is much easier said than done, especially when Braden Builds is always bringing in new projects. I say we try option B. Pull the oil pan, throw in some new rod bearings, and just see if we get rid of our rod knock. I just had two old guys stop from my church. They wanted to come and check. I don't know why they were here. They made a good point that back in the day, that's what the military did. They would throw in a new set of rod bearings, and it would probably last me a little while. Especially, I'm not gonna daily drive this thing. So you guys let me know what you think. Rebuild rod bearings. I vote rod bearings. That way we eliminate the easy option. If that doesn't work, we can always go back to option A, rebuild it. Either way, I am super, super happy to have this thing. This thing is sick.